Alright, welcome back everyone. Today we're going to be talking about value, or the light or darkness that you might see in a painting or a drawing. Now so far this year we've touched on a lot of different topics. We've talked about lines, we've talked about shapes, we've talked about colors. These are all what we would call the elements of art. We're going to be getting into a different element, an element that some of you have probably heard a little bit about. We're going to be talking about value. Now, value can be seen in an artwork when colors shift from either dark to light or light to dark. It's really value that can turn a shape, like a square or a triangle, into a form, like a cube or a pyramid. For this project, we're going to be completing value still life drawings. For this project, we're going to be looking at the artwork of the Los Angeles-based painter Pedro. Take a look at how all of his still life paintings contain a lot of shifts in value. They're really saturated with bright colors, but within each of these different forms, you can see the values shift from either dark to light or light to dark. It's really this balance of lights and darks that give us the illusion that something is truly three-dimensional. So, today we're going to be turning some shapes into forms. Let's get started. Alright, so for this project, we're going to need a few items for our still life. The items I have chosen are a vase. I chose this because this is very cylindrical. We have a nice circle at the top. I thought this would be interesting to draw. For my spherical object, I have chosen this onion. Lots of different types of produce will work. You could also use something like a baseball or a golf ball, something like that. And for something sort of cubic, I just selected this box. It's got a nice reflection to it, so I think it'll play with the light really nicely. So I'm gonna set these things up just how I like them. All right, I think this will make a good still life. Now, I'm gonna do just a simple sketch of my still life. So here we go. Alright, so I have my still life all drawn out here. Now this is something that when I draw something from real life, I like to keep my eye on the object and keep my pencil moving almost the entire time. I do a lot of these short little kind of scratchy movements, kind of like this. I kind of feel out the line until I feel like I get it just right, and then from there I can go in and erase whatever I don't want. So I think this turned out pretty okay. I've got my onion, my little box, and my vase that has that cylindrical shape, and it has this shape at the very top that we would call an ellipse. An ellipse is pretty much the shape you get when something circular is then bent in a way or tilted, and then we see this almost like an oval shape. So you can think of an ellipse like a circle that's sort of on its side. And the way we draw that, you can think of it almost as a smiley face connected to a frowny face. That's sort of the beginning stages of drawing something cylindrical that has an ellipse. All right, everybody, so this is actually where we are going to stop part 1 of the video. Next week, we're going to be getting into adding all of those different lightnesses and darknesses to create the value. But this week, I really want you to focus on choosing your objects and creating those shapes. Next week, we'll be turning them into forms. Thanks so much for watching. And remember, draw light until you get it right.